Last year, at the age of 25, I was able to quit my job after building an income stream, making over $40,000 a month in profit. So in this video, I want to share my complete entrepreneurial journey from when we moved to the United States when I was just 3 years old to trying a bunch of different side hustles and ultimately building the business that I have today. The reason I want to share this is because I remember I was exactly in your same shoes thinking whether or not I could accomplish something like this, and I want to inspire and share this with you. So let's get into it. My family and I moved from Belarus to the United States back in 1999, and we basically came with nothing. I remember Dad got his first job for $9 an hour and Mom got her first job. With that income, they had to figure out how we're gonna start living here. My parents were able to save up some money, and with that, they were able to buy their first house in Pennsylvania. I'm really grateful to them for bringing us to a completely different country and figuring things out because they wanted to provide us with a better future, and they really did. Some of my very first business ideas came when I just started school, and I remember it was in 3rd grade. I learned some HTML and created a little gaming website. All these kids from study hall would get on to play because all the other gaming websites would be blocked. It felt pretty cool having real people using my website and giving me feedback on what I should add to it and what I should remove. And that was probably my very first experience of building a product and having real people use it. A year later in 4th grade, I remember getting a Nintendo DS and I figured out how to add a bunch of different games onto a single memory card. A lot of these kids would ask if I can sell them one card with 10 games on it. So I did. I went home, bought a bunch of memory cards, installed a bunch of games on it, and would sell it at school for like $50 a piece. I remember selling like $250 worth the next day, and I bought a double lunch for myself. Life was good. From that point on till about the age of 16, I tried many different side hustles. I did phone repairs, I flipped phones on Craigslist, I did graphic design work online, and a lot of different things. The phone repair business was actually relatively successful. I had my own Yelp page with my own reviews there, and customers would call me every day asking for help on their phones. I would meet them at a local Panera Bread or Starbucks, buy them a drink, and fix their phones. And even though that business worked, I didn't see myself doing it for too long. I look back on it today and understand that those were some of my very first building blocks to learning how business works. And I realized that those also contributed to many skill sets that I have today. All in all, the side hustles were great, but they were still not consistent enough to provide me with a full-time income, so they didn't really get anywhere. After getting back to the drawing board, I ended up getting a full-time job at 18, and I'm really grateful I did because firstly, it provided me with a consistent paycheck so I can use that towards my different side hustles, and also it gave me perspective. I thought maybe I can accomplish bigger goals than just this. A year in, I was at a point where I started looking for any way possible to eventually leave my 9-to-5. And so I went to Google and literally searched how to make money online. After reading hundreds of articles and watching hours and hours of YouTube videos, I stumbled upon e-commerce, and it was the most interesting to me. All these videos and articles showing people were really making a living out of this, selling physical products online. And I was like, okay, maybe I can do this too. I found some cheap $100 course and figured even if I don't make any money doing this, I'm gonna learn a lot of skills that will contribute to my earning potential later. And this is where I started looking for different product ideas, and I stumbled upon phone parts probably because I used to repair them. I looked at all my eBay purchases that I did at the time and decided that I'm gonna sell a Samsung Galaxy lens replacement. It's this little glass that goes onto the back of the phone, and it was a very common part that I repaired for my customers. I found it for like 50 cents per unit off of AliExpress. I bought 500 of them, and 2 weeks later, I saw it on my doorstep. It was May 31st, 2017 when I first created my eBay store, and I remember I created all the pictures myself, created a nice listing, turned on some eBay ads, and I got a sale a day later. Then it was 5 sales and then 10 the next day. So I was like, I think I'm onto something. How do I get to 50 units a day now? And I eventually did. After scaling my store further and adding a bunch more phone parts, I ended that year with $29,511.46 in revenue, with about 30% profit margins. Which isn't a lot, but for me, that proved my idea of selling products online was possible. After shipping 40 of these packages every day, I remember thinking to myself, how much profit do I really need to eventually get out of my job? So 6 months pass and I'm still trying to figure out how to increase my profits. Because remember, I did this every day after work hoping that it will pay off. And around 2018 is when I first heard about Amazon FBA because I saw some of my eBay competitors selling on there as well. This is where things really took a turn for me. I launched 1 SKU, 5 SKUs, and eventually my whole eBay catalog to see what would happen. I was able to send all my inventory to Amazon, create a good listing, set the prices, and they were just gonna handle the packing, the shipping, the storage, all for me. I turned on some Amazon advertising and I started getting sales right away. To my surprise, my first month of Amazon sales surpassed 3 months worth of eBay sales. And that first month on Amazon, I did $2,000 in profit. The following month, I did $2,500 in profit. And then I almost did $3,000 every month after. But there was one issue. My phone products did not have enough sales volume to scale efficiently. In order to make that $2,000 in monthly profit, I had to have like 40 different products. So I quickly figured that I need to launch something new. This is where I started looking for new product ideas, ones with more revenue, more traffic, and better improvement potential. I knew I'm onto something this time and I really need to figure out this Amazon game. So I found a new product and I decided to launch it. But this was right before the pandemic, so obviously not knowing the pandemic would happen, that niche stopped selling completely. I was basically stuck with $10,000 of inventory, trying to liquidate as quickly as I could because I needed to move on to other ideas. So I did. I sold at a slight loss and I was able to recoup some cost. A few months later, I launched another SKU and this time I had other problems. I had shipment delays, sales volume dropping, and bad reviews quickly killed my product. I was not giving up though. No matter what, I'm gonna make this work. My dreams were way bigger than my little setbacks. And so I launched a third time with another niche that I found, but this time with the very best due diligence that I could. Sales started rolling in right away, so I quickly launched more variations, improved my listing, changed my pictures, and increased my profits overall. In that year of 2020, my brand made me $292,656.30. The following year in 2021, it made me $370,715.43. And finally, in 2022, the year that I was able to get out of my job and turn in my 2-week notice, that brand made me $774,004.94. I was making profits of over $40,000 every single month, and that brand is still making me multi-6 figures in yearly profits. Revenue is something people use to make it look good, but at the end of the day, the profits are what really count. And that's basically how I got to where I am today. So how can you do something like this? Here's the thing, when people see someone have some success, they think that it happened overnight or they just got lucky. But as you can see, that's not really the case. For me, it took multiple years of sleepless nights, worries, and struggles that I had to get through in order to get to where I am today. And I'm really grateful for all of it. What do I recommend for you? I would say the biggest lesson that I learned was to just start. By looking at different ideas, different perspectives, and different businesses, you might find something that fits you. That might give you that initial inspiration and motivation to get started. I promise that I'm not smarter or better than any of you watching. I just had really big dreams and I knew that if I kept trying, it would pay off. And it really did. There's plenty of online business ideas that you could be doing, and even though I am biased towards e-commerce and specifically selling on Amazon, there's still a lot of ways to make money. I'm just sharing what worked for me and what I still believe is one of the best online opportunities today. So take a leap of faith, start educating yourself, and just start. Check out my links below if you want to learn more, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.